Peace, love, health, and wealth vibe tribe. This is going to be a part of the segment that's going to be in the upcoming podcast. I'm probably going to start next week. The reason why I got two cards flipped already is because I started recording, but then I got a message that I had to respond to. So that kind of threw the whole video off. However, like I said, the weekly vibe check is just going to be a segment of the podcast, and what we're going to do is we're going to see what the cards got for us in the upcoming week, and we're going to meditate on that, right? We're going to do some breathing exercises. If you got a favorite mudra or a favorite asana or anything, you know what I'm saying? However, if you got any, routines or spiritual sadhanas or any specific meditations or deities you pray to, whatever, whoever, it's all inclusive. So don't worry. What's important is that the message that the cards is going to give us, and then we just going to build on that. So just to catch y'all up on what y'all didn't hear, right? First card came, and then this card came actually reversed. So to me, that's just a strong message, right? Some people want to say it's a warning or whatever. I don't know. It could be lies, deceit, right? But first thing first, right? This card is uh the it's three cups, right? So love, right? Creativity or like celebration, whatever, partnership, whatever. So this card in particular is let me zoom in if I can. This card in particular is a celebration, coming together, communing, um, kind of like Thanksgiving vibes almost. It's just like, three people, like, two of your best people, all three of y'all coming together, and y'all, all three of y'all got y'all cups full in whatever area, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got y'all cups full in whatever area, right, in your life. It could be, love life, family, friends, everything. Just three people who coming together with their heart chakra strong, right? Whatever adversity that's going to be coming up this week, this is going to be the remedy. That's what I'm feeling, right? Like I said, it's not big holiday vibes, but just the energy is, maybe it's going to be like your best friend and your cousin, like the three amigos back together. You know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all can farmers market, right? Sip some wine, just celebrate, chit chat, whatever, love on each other. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with finding people that pour into you, right? Oftentimes we catch ourselves pouring out to people, right? So this judgment card come up after. So immediately, the first thing I think about when I think about the judgment card, when judgment comes, the judgment is I'm thinking laws of nature, right? I'm thinking ultimate balance. I'm thinking truth when I'm thinking judgment, right? Like, say, for example, a judge is supposed to be a wise elder who is supposed to take facts and also what a lot of people don't speak on, but being wise goes into being intuitive. So when you go across a judge, your judge, especially with the judge having a higher seat normally, the judge is literally judging your character, your aura, body language, speech patterns, everything. You got to think judges do this every single day. They've been dealing with people and law. You know what I'm saying? So, judgment card. If you read this card, it's people, right? They kind of grayed out, but they was in boxes. So I don't think that these people was dead, but I think that they was like kind of emotionally drained in a sense, and judgment came through, right, and liberated, right, the truth. So, homework for y'all tonight. What is the double X numeral? But also, what archangel is on the judgment card, right? So, so by it being reversed, some people might say it could be lies, deceit, something, right? It's something. Hangman. So this this card is about making a decision, right? Period. When you see the hangman, a few things you want to look at closely with the hangman, right? The crown chakra, the colors of the clothes, right? What chakras are those? Because this is going to balance the being, right? Also, pay attention to what is holding him up. He's relaxed. He's not struggling. He's not straining, right? I don't know if you need to buy time on something or I don't know what it is, but oftentimes when this card come up, it's a decision card, right? You need to make a decision about something. So if I'm pulling all three of these cards together, right, the first thing I'm thinking is that maybe you get invited to something and maybe it's going to be somebody fishing for information or something like that, but somewhere along the way there's going to be a decision that need to be made. So maybe even before you get here there's a decision that need to be made, or maybe once you leave, maybe you get invited to something and you see some falsehood in something, right? Maybe it's people plotting on you behind your back, right? Maybe it's people who talk, with a clogged throat chakra, right? Where they might come and hang with you and say you best friend, but really they call you their left hand and not the right hand. Petty stuff like that. Like it goes on many different scales, right? It goes on many different scales, but the thing is that this hangman is saying that you got a decision, and that decision is going to be easy because you already know what decision you need to make already, right? The illumined crown chakra is saying that this person, right, gets information live and direct straight from the heavens, right? But it's upside down, right? Another homework. What does it mean, or what is the tree of life, the Kabbalah flipped over, right? That's the homework. So again, the crown chakra is upside down. He can stop being in limbo at any time, right? He can stop being in limbo at any time, right? Maybe he need to tell the truth about something, right? And then boom, 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 the page of wands. What if you speak up about something, right? What if you speak up about something? Speak up, speak against, whatever it is. Maybe you turn this card upside down this week, right? Maybe you turn this card upside down this week. All right, so because I didn't look at the cards before I only shuffled, right? What I want to do is I want to build the week. I want to build a story for the week. Maybe we can get some clarity, or if we need to, and then boom, we're going to go into the meditation. So to close this out, upcoming this week, right, we got friends, family coming together, right? Maybe you get invited to a farmer's market, a movie, something, right? Maybe you see something for what it is, right? Maybe we seeing something for what it really is. Maybe somebody where you get invited to can't cloak, can't hide no more. And maybe you are the one who speak up against something that liberates somebody, or maybe you liberate yourself, right? But it might be an easy, hard decision, meaning an obvious decision. Maybe it's a hard decision, right? Maybe it's a decision that you just literally just don't want to do. Maybe it's something that you just don't want to do. You know what you got to do. You got the ability to do it, right? Hence the blue. What chakra is that? Hence the red. What chakra is that? Hence the yellow. And and the crazy part about it, he's the little piece of his shoe, he's literally hanging by a thread, and it's yellow, right? So what chakra is that? Maybe this is saying that the decision that you need to make that you don't want to make, or maybe you're just waiting for the right time to make it with that yellow chakra. Like I said, man, do your homework tonight. Figure out whatever this yellow chakra is and hang on that, right? And then in closing, if this is pretty clear, right? Page of Wands. So when you get to the court cards, right, it's the completion of 0 through 9 or 0 through 10, right? And then it's the same person starting over. So maybe one day we can look at every suit, because the suits tell a story, right? So the page of Wands, the page is like someone, or in a situation, someone who is out on an adventure right now, out with a new perspective on life, who's ready. And then again, look at the colors, right? What chakra is that? What is these colors saying, right? The wands is about fueling your fire. What fuels your fire, right? That's why they put wood. They could have made it metal. They could have made it selenite wands. You know what I'm saying? Different suits got different wands, but it's wood for a reason, right? This wood you can use it as self-defense. You can use it to build something. You know what I'm saying? You can use it hiking up a hill, right? Hence the traveler right here, right? Because the journey of life is solely contingent on your desires, right? Some people have too many desires, some people have little desires. But at the end of the day, everything you achieve is based off a certain desire, right? If you out here moving and grooving with no purpose, then you need to sit down and do a vibe check. If you know somebody who's out here seemingly moving with no purpose or a seemingly destructive purpose, talk to them. Hey, let them know, like, hey, look, I don't know what direction you're going in, but you need to bring it in. You know what I'm saying? You got this going on, you got that going on. That don't look good. You know what I'm saying? So back to the card though. The page is early in the court, right? Someone who's young go-getter, right? And then so the pages is always larger than life. This is somebody who's, maybe 21, 25 or something like that. Somebody maybe with a degree. But this is a traveling card, right? The Alchemist is a great book to read associated with this card. So this person is traveling, right? I like to believe that the different things he got on is from different places in the world, because there's no way he's getting any of this from Egypt, right? Ain't no way he out in the desert and he gonna purchase this at a stand, right? So this is somebody who's passing through, right? Somebody who's being led by their desires, right? Somebody moving with a purpose. This person right here, right now, is like taking in the scenery. I'm regal. Oh, look at my hat. I got a feather. It's on the wrong side. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, look at me. Look what I can do. Blah, blah, blah. But this person is looking for something. This person is looking to achieve something. I wish I can get the other cards. I got my tarot book, but I don't want to get that deep into the wands. Maybe I make a wands video, right? And just lightly talk on the story. You know what I'm saying, the wands. But all right, so let's go ahead and build this meditation, right? So the message that's coming through is that I'm feeling like it's gonna be an invitation where there's gonna be some deceit. Either you already know, or you're going to find out quickly that the deceit is there. It is there. It's plain as day. You ain't gonna be able to ignore it after the vibe check, right? So then after that, maybe once you make the decision to turn this card upside down, and I'm saying maybe because this might not apply to everybody. You know what I'm saying? This might make sense to me, but it might not make sense to you, and that's okay. I apologize if I'm wasting your time, but hit the like button. But no, in all seriousness though, maybe you get invited to this, you see this going on, you like, oh man, not this again. And then you head for the hills. We slide down to Mexico for a couple months. Boom, then we shoot to, you know what I'm saying, to Canada, see what the geese doing up there, go see a couple moose. Boom, we go to Switzerland, open up a bank account, we play with the stock market a little bit. We hit to Japan, go see what they doing with the phones. I heard they got phones that's holographic now, you know what I'm saying? Shit, we already had the phones that had a hologram with the 3D keyboard or something like that. They came and then they went, I don't know, but I know they got something crazy over there in Japan. But anyways, so the message, the meditation, hey, it's gonna be real simple. One of the go-tos, right? Especially with this heavy earth energy coming in right here, being grounded, right? I'm gonna go to one of my go-to meditations. This is mantras or affirmations. This is an affirmation that I developed just, just meditating and, just working on myself, healing myself. So it's going to be real simple. So what we're going to do here on the vibe check is we are going to do maybe 3 or 4 deep breaths, but we are going to hold each one. Everybody done did a deep breath before. We all know in through the nose, make your stomach big, make your chest big, make your head tilt back, hold it. Maybe we can just hold it for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever. And then we release. But we only gonna do the triangle. We're not gonna do the square. So we're not gonna hold it after the release. We are going to go back to the inhale, right? So the affirmation or the mantra is, I am grounded, I am loved, I am protected. And the reason why this one comes to me specifically is because in my own life, if I apply these cards to my life, right, or in general, right, the vibe check is just affirm it, right? Especially with this card right here. This one, this one, this one. Name one, right? Especially with this card right here. This card is saying that the power. It's the power. The self-power. I have the power. I am enough. So what they say, rest your morals on that. Okay, so just remember, right? No matter what is around the corner, no matter what is across the parking lot, no matter what's going on, remember that you are loved, right? And you are part of the omniverse. You are divinely protected, right? I just need you to affirm that. So close your eyes, right? Big breath out. Right? Breathe in through the nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4. Release. Breathe in through the nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Picture something you love. Maybe you love a particular fruit, right? Breathe in through the nose. Hold it. Maybe you love apples, oranges, bananas. Maybe you love your dog. I just want you to picture one thing that you love right now. Release. Breathe in. Hold that image, okay? Hold the image. Whatever it is, the first thing that comes in your mind when you hear the word love. Hold it. Hold it. Keep that in mind, okay? Get comfortable, okay? Now I want you to keep breathing. You don't have to hold it, but keep breathing. 2, 3, 4. Release. And the mantra is, I am grounded. I am loved. I am protected. I am grounded. I am loved. I am protected. I am grounded. I am loved. I am protected. I am grounded. I am loved. I am protected. I am grounded. I am loved. I am protected. I am grounded. I am loved. I am protected. I am grounded. I am loved. I am protected. I am grounded. I am loved. I am protected. I am grounded. I am loved. I am protected. I am grounded. I am loved. I am protected. I am grounded. I am loved. I am protected. I am grounded. I am loved. I am protected. I am grounded. I am loved. I am protected. Okay, y'all. If you want to, you can keep repeating. If you would like to, you can enter the deep breath sessions with me. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in, and this time we're gonna do the square breath, right? So we're gonna breathe in maybe 4 seconds. I can go up to 10, nice, slow, and easy, right? Because you want to breathe through the stomach, right? Through the pelvic floor, through the stomach, through the chest, through the head, right? Like I said, when you deep breathe, the head should tilt back slightly, right? And then when you release, you don't want to push. You don't want to like you blowing a balloon. Actually, you kind of want to be like the balloon once you let it go without tying it, where the air just kind of just flows out naturally. When you just let a balloon go, it can go for 30 seconds, right? But if you squeeze the air out of a balloon, it could pop or it can just go out in 5 seconds, right? So we just want to release nice and slow. Okay, so close your eyes. If you got a particular position, you know what I'm saying. You can sit upright. You can put your hands any way. You know what I'm saying. So just a quick vibe check, right? I'm gonna call out body parts, right? And then we gonna go back into the deep breathing. So right now I want you to do a deep breath out. Deep breath in. Release nice and slow. Okay, breathe normal. Okay, vibe check. We got our toes, right? We got our feet. We got our ankles. We got our shins and knees, right? We got our thighs. We got our hips. We got our stomachs. You know what I'm saying? We got our arms. We got our fingers. We got our shoulders. We got our face, right? We got our neck bone. We got our nose. We got our eyes, right? And we got our forehead. And we got our hair. And for those who don't have hair or any of these extremities, peace, love, health, and wealth to you. I am not trying to exclude anyone out. I am just going through a vibe check. So now that we are at the hair, right, we are going down to the back of the head, to the neck bone, through the shoulders, right? Just wiggle your shoulders. Make circles with your shoulders, okay? Make circles with your shoulders. All right. Wiggle them elbows, wiggle them triceps, right? Wiggle that, wiggle. I was about to say, I'm about to wiggle my back fat, but I don't want to make anybody, feel excluded. But yeah, I ain't the person I used to be. Yeah, I'm kind of starting to get a little round, so I'm gonna wiggle my back. You know what I'm saying? If I'm sitting down, I can't really wiggle my butt. You know what I'm saying? So I can wiggle my hips. Right, wiggle my hamstrings. If you can wiggle your hamstrings, be careful. You wiggle your back of the knees, Flex your calf muscles if you can. If you're sitting down in the chair, lift your heels up off the ground. We just doing a vibe check, right? We just moving our little different body parts. Okay. Now that we got everything checked out, you know what I'm saying? If we feel anything, we just gonna send some healing energy, right? Me, I know my shoulder a little bit sore, man. So send some healing energy to that shoulder. So if you got any mudras or different hand positions that you like, rub your hands together really fast for like 5 to 10 seconds, and then go ahead. And I want you to not only enter into a state of gratitude, right, but enter into a state of receiving, right? I want you to consciously say, I receive. And what you're going to receive, and just so you know, I'm not going to, say anything crazy, you know what I'm saying? But saying you receive, right, is consciously saying that I am ready to receive something, literally, even though I'm not there to give you something in particular. I am going to elicit a thought and a feeling, hopefully, and a manifestation, hopefully one day, that you will receive peace, love, health, and wealth. From this moment on, not one day, right? But in particular, under the grounds of peace, love, health, and wealth, I want to focus on being grounded, being loved, and protected, right? I think it's very important just to reaffirm these things. I'm sorry, my mouth getting a little dry. Excuse me. I think it's very important to reaffirm, right, who and what we are, right? And sometimes we might have some subconscious blockages, right? That's up. And sometimes we have to consciously, what I like to call manually override, sometimes we have to consciously remove some of those doors that we have put up, right? So just by you saying, I allow, and by you clicking on my video, possibly you trust me, right, to lead you in a way that is not destructive, that is not going to harm yourself or others, right? So now that we are here, we did the vibe check. Um, we checked everything head to toe. If we got any uncomfortable feelings anywhere in our body, we want to send love and healing energy directly to that place, right? In particular, I want to focus on being grounded, being loved, and protected. First thing we did was open ourselves up to those things to come within uh, our experience. Now, I would like to consecrate or just cement those things, right? So again, deep breath in, big breath out, blow it out, dragon breath. Okay, deep breath in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it, 2, 3, 5, 4, 3. Release. I don't know if you can hear my breath. Hopefully you can, but I want you to follow my breath, right? I don't want you to listen to my voice. I want your breath to not exactly match my breath, but hopefully by hearing my breath, you can kind of mimic or kind of get a similar pattern for your own breath, okay? So this is just going to be a basic breathe in, and maybe I'm going to breathe in for 6 seconds. Maybe I'm going to hold it, right? I'm going to breathe in for 6, hold it for 6, and release for 6, okay? 3, 2, 1. Keep breathing, okay? So one thing that I can tip that I can give you that I use quite often is breathing with my palms facing up in a sitting position or laying down, right, with the arms to the side. But I haven't done the research, but I've seen a guru or two who, while practicing pranayama, yoga, sat with the palms facing up, and I saw a brief short, maybe it was like 10 seconds, to a paid video, or I think the page had a subscription, but they was talking about breathing with the palms facing up, and they said just try it one time. He said, I bet you'll be able to breathe in deeper than you ever breathed in before. And I tried it and it worked, and whenever I can, I always try to do it. So this time, as we deep breathe, I want you to either sit or lay, right? But place your palms facing up, right? Place your palms facing up. Big breath out. Back straight, right? If we're ready to breathe in, we got to put the chin down, let it rest. And then we start breathing in, let the stomach go. Then we raise the head nice and slow. Then as we release our breath, the chin just gently, slowly but surely falls back into the resting place on the collarbone, okay, or whatever that bone is. The thigh bone, I don't know. All right, so deep breath in. Hold it. Release. Deep breath in. Hold it. Breathe out. Nice and slow. Okay, so just shake it out, shake your arms, shake your legs, whatever. Make sure everything is okay. You might feel a little tingling. You might feel warm, cold. Some people might experience mild dizziness when practicing pranayama or breath work. And so maybe I should have gave you that disclaimer before, but I want you to understand that this should be temporary, right? So I want you to remain in a relaxed state. If anything floods your mind, right, that could be considered an intrusive thought, meaning something that we don't want there, but it keeps popping up anyways, and it kind of hijack our whole thinking process, right? We just want to go ahead and reaffirm that I am grounded, right? I belong here. I am a piece of it all, right? Because the all is all that exists. So everything that exists in the all is considered a piece of the all. And I am a piece of that all, right? I am loved, right? Affirming that I am loved tends to dissipate any negative feelings, right? Being grounded deals with the sense of belonging. Affirming that I am loved affirms a sense of feeling that you just can't match anywhere, right? I mean, there's other ways. It might be a drug or, other things that you can be addicted to who release some of the similar hormones that you get when you experience true, blissful, unconditional love, right? Because if I can explain love is the infinite compulsion to love, to not no, to nurture, to care, to I just it's just really hard, but I feel like when you love something or someone, it's something that you will have to literally consciously sit down and talk to yourself and say, hey, whoa, Are you okay what you're doing? Or, think, because when you in love, you would do anything for the thing or the person that you love, right? So, not to get too much caught on love, but affirming your protection, right? No matter who, what, when, where, why, how, right? You got to move with grace. You got to move with wisdom, right? And you got to know that you are protected. And you got to know that you are a part of the all, right? So, knowing that you're protected keeps you from doing something that you wouldn't normally do in a situation you probably wouldn't normally be in, right? Ideally speaking, no person wants to be in a situation where they feel unprotected, right? So, am I saying that affirming that you are protected is going to keep you out of situations where you might not feel protected? No. But what I'm saying is that the lens in which you look through the world controls how you process what you see. Period. And what I mean by that is that your background, your experience, all of these things, everything that you learned, whether it was you learned it through operation or you learned it through someone telling you, right? No matter everything that you learned. Oh, I'm losing my train of thought. So, affirming your protection, right? Affirming your protection is going to keep you cool, calm, and collected no matter what. Because a person can feel unsafe when they sitting in a room by themselves, right? A person can feel unsafe in a room full of kids. A person can feel unsafe in a room full of African Americans. A person can feel unsafe sitting on a toilet with cameras in every single corner of their house, right? It's it's what you think about the things that you've seen and the things that you think that you are going to see. Is your perspective on those things, right? If I see somebody in all black, I can choose. Well, I can say I can choose, right? If I see somebody on a late night in all black, right? Naturally, because of the condition of society, right? I'm not saying wearing all black is good or bad, but what I'm saying is even a person wearing all black is going to look at a person wearing all black and say, I wonder what this person is going to do, right? And they could be thinking about each other in that same way, which is funny, right? Ironic. Neither one of them have intentions on hurting each other, but because of conditioning, we look at each other as possible, I don't want to say enemies, but a potential person who could mug me or whatever. Um, so so even during the mugging, right? Say for example, somebody pull out a knife and they say, "Give me all your money," Rawr. And then you say, "Oh my God, I'm being robbed," right? At that moment, if you repetitiously, right, not expeditiously, repetitiously affirm, you're going to create um basically brain matter, right? You take gray brain matter, and then anyways, what you're going to do is create neural synapses that is going to keep you cool, calm, and collected in a situation where you might not feel cool, calm, and collected. So affirming your protection is very key. Okay. Now, I'm not saying anything is going to happen to you, but what I'm saying is you never know where it could be a time where you can feel vulnerable. Some people feel vulnerable a lot. If you never feel vulnerable, if you never scared, or if you never, then I'm not talking to you, and I apologize for wasting your time. Please hit the like button. Please love, health, and wealth to you. But it's some people out here who don't feel safe. There's some people who have trust issues. right? It's people who've been through trauma, who've experienced near-death experiences more than a soldier, right? It's people out here walking, talking bodies of trauma, right? And it's people who walk around every day and feel unprotected. Every single day. Every single day is people who walk around feel unprotected. What can you do about it? Right? Because you can't control every single thing that happens around you. You just can't. It's it's just sometimes it's just going to be things that happen that you just can't control. Right? I mean, it's people driving down the street right now while I'm talking on this video, and it's people driving down your street right now while you're listening to this video, and we can't stop them. I mean, we can run outside and say, hey, stop, but can we stop every car forever? No. Okay. Right? Sphere of influence. What can I control? Right? What can I do something right now? And I can do something about a lot of things right now, but what can I be most effective at? And I don't want you to limit yourself to the things that you only effective at. But sometimes when you missing a lot, sometimes you got to go back to what works, okay? So in closing, affirming that you are grounded, your sense of belonging, that you are loved, right? Even if you don't feel loved, sometimes saying the words, I love you, just make you feel better, right? I remember, I'm about to tell on myself. I remember I seen my cousin in jail and we had talked for a minute. And when it was time for him to go, he said, I love you, cuz. And it was hard for me to say, I love you. Not because I didn't I love my cousin. What? But it was just the fact that he said it, and it was just so, like, I ain't never really had too many men, grown men, that be like, I love you. Like, and that's crazy to me. But anyways, not to, get too far off. You know what I'm saying? But affirming love is important because it's some people out here who don't love themselves. Self-love is the best love. Huh. You can forget the rest, love. Self-love is the best love, okay? Sometimes when you want to receive love from the outside, you got to start loving yourself. Meditate on love. Meditate on the words I love you. Say it 108 times. Right before you go to bed, say it. And then when you wake up in the morning, look at your phone and say, what did I meditate on last night? You put a message in your phone. Leave it on draft or something, or text yourself, right? And say, what did I meditate on last night? And just live your life. Just live your life. Live your life right, but live your life. Right? And when you do that, you do that. So, affirming your protection, right? Affirming your protection builds confidence. It builds strength. It builds, dare I say it, integrity, right? Because when you scared, you liable to do something that you wouldn't normally do. Because when you scared, you don't think straight. When you scared, you sometimes you run when you need to fight, and sometimes you fight when you need to run, right? So I just looked at it and said we hit 4404, right? So affirm it, y'all. Okay, so like I said, podcast coming out very, very soon. This is just going to be a minor segment of what you're going to get on the podcast, which is the vibe check, right? So again, this week, affirm, I am grounded, I am loved, I am protected. Write it down, put it in your wallet. Write it down, put it on the dash of your car. Write it down on your mirror with lipstick. Put it all around. Put it on your desk at work. Put it everywhere. Because you never know what can trigger you and when. But when you have a coping mechanism, for lack of a better term, or you have a weapon or a counter for whatever, right? When you can confidently say, No matter what's going on around me, I have something that I can lean on that can bring me back to balance. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. So use this as an anchor, right? Use it as an anchor. I'm wishing you and yours peace, love, health, and wealth. Listen, if anybody try to give you anything else, tell them put it back on the shelf because I ain't buying it.